Hey everyone, Alvin here. In this channel, we blabber about life in general as you hit middle age and beyond. And today, I just want to talk about degrees, like having a degree, that certification, that you studied so much, all that time spent, and to have a degree, whether it's worthwhile or not. And I tell you, in the Singapore context, it's pretty much a given that you need a degree to go up the corporate ladder, corporate world, and it's just a must. The hiring managers still look at your degree, to have a sense of what you've studied, and then move on from there. I guess I'm not sure about now how the landscape of jobs are, but back in my day, 20 years ago, it's pretty much a given that a degree is something that you study for to have so-called a good job. Having said that, if you click on this video, I just realized that I've been working throughout my whole life, my 15, 20 years of work, be it part-time, full-time, corporate or not, all the companies I work for, I've been packing boxes throughout my life. I mean, my degree was with a private university, and I think it was economics and management. And packing boxes, you definitely do not need economics or management for it. I mean, it's something that has got me thinking that this is nothing new. Why I say nothing new is because of late, Channel News Asia has been highlighting these fine folks that they have a degree, they have this degree, but they're not using the degree to do the work they are at right now. That means what they studied is not translating into what they are doing. And again, like I said, this is nothing new. It's not a recent development. Far from it. It has been going on for ages. Many people have been doing it. And like myself, again, like I said, I pack boxes. I'm in a retail space, so to speak. That's why I pack boxes. My wife, who recently found a job, the banking sector, her degree, she has an engineering degree. Nothing to do with banking at all. Nothing to do with it. She's older than me. So when she got into the work, the work that she's done, the job market, I remember her telling me that when she was trying to find a job, both me and I, when we were finding jobs, it was during the 2008 financial crisis. That crisis was pretty big. You can Google it all you want and figure out what happened during that timing. Basically, jobs were few and far between. For her, she somehow got a part-time work or some work in the banking sector as an admin staff. And luckily for her, she got into a full-time work, after which, for another part of the sector, in the banking side. And she basically studied her way throughout for that also. And her engineering degree, if you could look at it, may not have anything to do with what she has right now, but at least they still saw her with a degree, so to speak. Even for me, who found a job with the various companies that I work with, they still look at your degree, and then they figure out that, hey, this chap has a degree, take a shot at it, I guess. And back then I believe I was quite passionate, in the retail space back then, and then for me, to have a degree, they somehow shoehorn me, at least when I first started work, it was very measly, the pay. The pay was only $1,000. Then after which, as time moves on, I could find work in a bigger corporate, retail company, one that's in Orchard Road. This Japanese company hired me on the basis that I had a degree still. Nothing to do with my work, what I did and everything, yada, yada, yada. But at least I had some experience in retail. And then I had a degree to back it up. So that's why they hired me. So, and then of course, later down the road, I quit and then I moved back to SME because I didn't really like the really corporate work of it, wearing a tie and all and everything. And I was still packing boxes still. So then when I moved on to the sporting goods sector, the segment, I was still packing boxes again. All this while, I've been packing boxes throughout my career, my work, full-time, part-time, everything is packing boxes. What I'm driving at, ladies and gentlemen, is your degree still matters, but does not mean that you have to do the work that you studied for. Far from it. It basically prepares you for life afterwards. Whether a person, be it, one that wants to get back into corporate work or, doing something else, I believe that degree still matters somewhat. Having said that, if you think that some people, I won't mention names, people out there will think that you've wasted your degree for nothing because you're doing the work that assumingly does not need a degree. They have no idea what they're talking about. Take it from me and my wife that your degree matters. It matters because in Singapore context, it still matters because they look at your degree anyway. And whether you use that degree to further on the same thing that you studied for or go on to do other things, that's up to you. But it is something that I and my wife believe that it truly matters in the job market landscape anyway. And of course, in life in general, because that's how the world works. It's just how the world works. So if anyone that is trying to say that your degree is useless and everything, because going forward you can't find a job and everything, you just have to pivot. You just have to pivot it out of it, find another industry or, go on so forth and do more, that needs to be done. Because I believe now, if I were to step into the job market, I have to study like hell to get into another sector, so to speak. Which, for the life of me, I'm not doing. I'm doing other things, other endeavors, and anyway. So for you, who's trying to figure out, what job you want, be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, sad to say, you still need to study. Sadly, you still need to study, but your degree still matters. So anyway, that's just me blabbering on. You can comment down below, whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, and let's just have a chat about it. Take care, everyone. I'll see you around. Bye bye.